What's up, everybody? We are back at the BE00TAKE00 Show. I am your co-host, PJ North, back in full effect with the homeboy, Tebow. Tebow, what's good, baby?
Yeah, I just geeking out, right? It's points still going. Points might be the thing that actually brings me back to ready to go drag racing again, to be honest with you.
I love it.
But no, the All-Stars, I mean, it's just awesome. It's a fun week. Excited to talk about it.
Yeah, man, I was unprepared. I thought I had a racing hat on. I do not, man. So normally my flex of
you
retro,
must have been busy today because you've been like the last 20 minutes you've been like
a lot of shit going on, and I wasn't thinking, and here we are. But I'm glad we're back, man. We're going to geek out. We're going to talk a little bit of all things drag racing. If you're watching live on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us out. We got some more subscribers. Thanks to Luke last week for joining us, man. And hopefully you guys join us again if you enjoyed the show last week, if this is your second time watching us, or if it's your 33rd time watching us. We appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, don't forget to follow there as well. Leave us a review. Tell your friends about it. Share it across your socials if you're digging the show. If you don't, I don't know, go find somewhere else to pound sand. But we do appreciate those who do enjoy it. So let us know. Don't forget to hit that follow button. I'm at VPJ North across all socials, and he is at Tyler3678. So don't forget to give us all of those. Man, we got a lot to talk about today. Go ahead.
We do got a lot to talk about. We're going to start it off. I'm just going to go ahead and start it off.
I love it.
Justin Lamb did just turn it 2,000 red to Cooter.
Oh, man.
About 7 minutes ago. That does give Cooter almost 700 points and puts Lamb 3 rounds back, 4 rounds back now. So
that is that's a crazy the one thing though I'll say is that if there is another buy run, it won't come back around to Cooter. It would have to go 3 straight buys and get back to Cooter because Justin had the buy last round, and they're obviously on the same side of the ladder, so it'd have to go around twice more before it could get to him.
I think that was 4th round. There should only be like 8 cars or less. Okay. There definitely is 8 or less here. So
okay. I thought they had more cars than that. So
no fall to the other side.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get into it too about all this stuff as we obviously walk through the NHRA stuff. What were you? I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt because you're on a roll. Let it rip.
No, just I've been thinking about Hidalgo a lot today.
Man, I hope he can hear you. I hope that he understands what we're thinking about.
Well, the thing about it to me with Cooter is we sitting here with Luke last week, like I've watched Cooter a lot and seen what he's been able to do.
Yeah.
And we don't think about the fact that in his last 10 attempts, right, 5 years,
right.
2 cars, 10 attempts, he's missed the top 10 in the nation one time. He's going to do it again this year. He's going to win the world again this year. And not that we underplay him, but the dude is the best thing we've seen in class racing in the last ever.
Yeah, I think from a stock, super stock, I mean, you're putting him up there right at the top. That's the cool thing about that, I think when we talk about this, like us is like, we're fans of like the history of the sport. We talk about this all the time, right? How we like kind of sit back and we'll go watch old stuff and all those things. And then those names that you remember or think about, like, yeah, there are some from bracket racing, but like the majority, and I'm not saying like NHRA is obviously not the end all be all, but I'm saying like those names stick out for a long time because it's just like
well, and you can even talk about the bracket racing guys. I don't think people have asked me, do you think Cooter Hidalgo's Nick Hastings good swapping feet? Like you're talking to me, that's not an argument that you can even consider,
it's apples
right? Like
and oranges. We're talking about 2 different things.
Yeah, Nick can't do what Cooter does.
Yeah.
I do think Cooter would figure out what Nick does faster than Nick figures out what Cooter does, but that's because it's different.
Yeah, I think the rules are the only reason. And I think Nick would figure it out if Nick had an opportunity to race a real car.
I think you could just swap them. Just put Nick in Cooter's 2 cars and put Cooter in Nick's 1 car.
I
think Cooter wins before Nick.
If ever AI were a thing for needing that's what we need. This is what I need ChatGPT to tell me. What would happen if we swapped these babies, man? Holy shit, that'd be wild.
But you're talking about a guy like, you hear about those people. It's like, you better beat him now because if he makes it to 4th round, you're not going to beat him.
Yeah.
Or, you got guys like me who seem to fall out of the damn car sometimes when they get deep. This guy consistently beats the shit out of you. There's not a round he's easier to beat.
Yeah.
There's not a racetrack that he's bad at. There's not a situation that bothers him. There's just he's stone cold baddest dude to ever run stock and super stock, and that's period.
Man, you've heard it here first. Jimmy Hidalgo, maybe the greatest of all time to stock and super stock race, potentially. At least right now. I mean, from half a decade or decade plus right now doing it. Like,
yeah, you give me,
you know?
and he ran ITRA like his whole life.
I mean. Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Like, it's not like he's been running NHRA and all of a sudden came.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
To me, this is one of the. This should fall into your thing, right? Well, you had WWE and you had what was WCW
back in the day. Yeah.
Like, this guy came from the WCW and fucking wrecked the WWE.
Yeah,
okay?
he came in, ran,
smoked it, and runs the table. And Justin Lamb, to me, like, Justin Lamb, Cooter, I was way out of the IHRA world, so like my heroes are the Justin Lamb, Jeff Taylor, Dan Fletcher, David Rigby, Peter Biondo. I mean, but Cooter Hidalgo is like, he's above all of those
for sure.
He's in it, I've always thought that Hello like a robot, Santangelo, those guys, those Northeast guys that just could lock in and beat the shit out of you. It's they can't do what Cooter does.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And we're going to talk in depth about points as we get to it. Obviously, everybody's got the NHRA Division 4 race on in the background. It's Texas Speed Week down there. And we're going to get into it as they come back around. Right now, they're running Top Dragster, so we'll come back around to that. Some other headlines that we'll talk about here just before we get too far into it. St. Louis Double came and went. We had a time. It was awesome. We had a great experience. Shout out to my guy Terry Nolan holding it down, dude. I was very excited for Terry because Terry is ready to burn the car. He was ready to sell it or burn it to the ground. One of the two things was going to happen after Charlotte. When that thing took off and went to the tree, I thought he was for sure. I was like, man, this guy done already had a double bypass. He may have another one right here. He was madder than a mother. And to come back around and like, one thing I'll say is St. Louis is tight. It's the tightest racetrack we race at in all of Division III, hands down. I will say that because I looked at the scorecards for a lot of people. Okay, this is how I know that. Because a lot of people were really good. I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying like I was really good up front. And a lot of people were really good up front. That's how I know it's like a little bit tighter.
Yeah. Now, it's okay. So guys like you, right? Like you're in a spot where like what you've got is what you've got. You ain't getting no closer to it. So if you're close, I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
That does that up. From a delay box perspective, I would have to go back and look at some stuff. I would have, but in Division III, damn, that hurt. In Division III, though, you're probably right. I mean, Columbus, when we did go to Columbus, it's the loosest place. Bowling Green's pretty loose.
Bowling Green's super loose. And I'm not saying top ball. Like I said, it may not be, but it's like maybe it's like a mental thing. Maybe, but it just like seemed like everybody was like really, really good, like a lot of runs, and you're like,
I'll tell you what's really hard about St. Louis to me is, and this is something that I've just paid attention to the race, just paying attention to people hitting the tree. If you now you're going to think about it. You're welcome, everybody. If you get a whole year to forget about what I'm about to say. The tree, where the tree is at, is a mile away from you and a mile in the sky.
Maybe I like it that it's up in the air, dude. That might be why. I don't know.
I like a tree that's low. I like a tree that's in your face.
Yeah, you want to be sitting up on that thing.
Yeah.
That's the way I grew up, too. You're like right up on that thing. Yeah.
So that's something that I think, it all plays into kind of the mental side of it. But it is it definitely looked that way. I mean, knowing that you could be 00 at will instead of being, like you could be 00, but your safe spot is 25 or 30 usually.
Yeah.
Knowing that, maybe it's definitely seems to be a little tighter.
For sure.
Transmission change could be something too.
Yeah, for sure. That's kind of the way I looked at it too. The other thing about St. Louis is it has this weird weather thing. And everybody noticed it, right? We had it in the shootout the first day. So Wednesday night in the shootout, first round, and the same thing happened to me last year against Mark Alvey. No one told me that. Mm-hmm. This time, Matt Forbes luckily told me that it was happening. Everyone slows up 4, just out of nowhere. And if you looked at the weather, you'd be like, there is absolutely 0% chance. There is something in the weather. There's some other number that I'm not getting that is out there. And everyone, and I don't mean just like a couple of us. Every single pair slowed down first round. And then second round of the shootout, it's all. And I saw something weird. That there's like the fog kind of, how the freeway runs right next behind the track, right on the side.
Yeah.
So there's like fog sitting there in the trees, and I'm like, that doesn't show anywhere on the weather app. You can't find that on the weather app. So I'm like, it's gotta be something about that. I don't know what happened. Either way, it doesn't matter. We caught it that time. But that's one of those things where you're like, if you know and you race there a lot, I feel like that would play into it. So I love St. Louis just because I think it's one of the.
You gotta believe it though.
Yeah.
Like even those, St. Louis is weird. You kind of gotta. I know a couple of guys that really have it dialed in on the bracket racing side for a few years. So I'm going to start using their theories a little bit more on the super stock side.
Sure.
But every place kind of has its quirks. I raced at Ohio Valley growing up.
Yeah.
So
you know.
you kind of got used to it not making sense.
Yeah.
Because of the river being right there, you know.
Yeah, it just does things that you can't. It's inexplicable, right?
Yeah.
For lack of a better term, is inexplicable.
Well,
for
yeah. You know, Topeka, I can remember that was one of my favorite parts about Topeka. I literally, first round Friday night of the double dialed, 1032 in stock and came back the next morning dialed 1052.
Okay.
Because that's how big it swung. Wow. And, that was always a lot of fun. St. Louis, Bowling Green is a lot like St. Louis. If there's a time of day where throw your weather station away and, see what happens. And that's the thing that I told you earlier in the year that people in bracket racing, like, I don't think we put the pieces together on it. It's a lot like circle track race. Tracks have their things,
makes sense.
and you gotta follow them.
Yeah, I think, like I said, it's just one of those deals where it was interesting, and like I said, I had seen it, and so I knew kind of it was coming. But yeah, Terry. So let's go through some of the winners. Terry Nolan,
and then you let it happen to you a second time, and you still didn't follow it. And you went 5 above.
Yeah, but I dialed up. What do you want me to do? I dialed up 5 from my qualifier. I know you wanted me to dial up 12. Okay, I apologize.
From now on. Damn, it really looks like it's too slow, but everybody's like 3, 4, 5.
I didn't
dial up
see
1200s. Yeah, but they going for slow. So you're gonna be 5.
Okay, fair enough.
Get in front of it.
You made your point, Dad. I'll work on it. Oh my God. Second off, we'll talk about the other winners, then we'll talk about what I did. So Terry Nolan got it done. Austin Alvey, in one of the weirder runs, Austin puts it on the bumper in the final, and in the air, this thing just starts sparking out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, God, what just happened? Dude drives on down, wins the race. And then manages to just drive her right on back around and skips the scales. And boy, I've never look. I know Matt Alvey wanted to get on the pod for winning comp the week before. Yeah. He got on the pod for winning comp. He also going to get on the pod for the face I saw him make. I've never seen him angry ever. I don't think. Like I honestly haven't. I don't think I've ever seen Matt angry. Like he's just like the happiest dude there is, right? And my guy was on a mission.
I like it.
They ended up, obviously, they got it clarified and all the things that happened and whatever. And it sucks, obviously, but Austin is chasing Division I points and he ends up getting the win. And so he wins the race. Good for, I was happy for him. Obviously, sucks for Keith Wells, but it all worked out. Go ahead.
I have seen Matt swing a few times.
Really?
It's kind of fun.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So where did he end up? So let me see here. So he's going to end up.
Yeah, I don't know if they updated for him.
Third, probably.
He's going to end up in third?
Yeah, for the division.
Okay, in Division I.
Curious too.
13's a good number to have. Lucky number 13. We'll see how he does. Other winners, Nick Eisenhower wins, I think, his first time in Top Dragster. I don't know that he's ever won in Top Dragster. I thought that was kind of cool. I saw that he was running that, so he said we ran by. He said it was an ugly final. I said, brother, when you take that check to the bank, they don't ask, so it's all good.
Nobody asked.
Who?
Nobody asked.
Nobody asked. Well, sometimes. Chris Whitfield, obviously, that's another weird one. Waived, right? Waived the race ahead of time, and then proceeds to win. What are your thoughts on that?
As a guy, I waived a race once because the only reason I was going to the race is because I was working in the area, and I drove like 5 days straight. It felt like to get there, and it just didn't make no sense. It wasn't a part of my plan. For him, I know that he probably did it because his last few outings, his car had been the words for the person that called me said, Chris said his car's a pile of shit.
Okay.
So that was apparently Chris's words.
Fair enough.
But so like I get it. And it's one of them deals, right? Like once you make the call that you think's best for what you're doing,
sure,
you can't undo it. So But he's still in Dallas today. I'd assume
Yeah,
that he
we're
claimed
getting
that.
ready to switch it over here. We're gonna do a little live announcing here. They're running Super Street as we speak, so we'll talk more about Chris Whitfield. I just wondered what your thoughts were on the waving it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Bo Butner 2 times back to back in Super Gas, just unbelievable.
3 in a row.
You know what he said to me? He
Yeah.
says to me, we're standing to the side. I don't 3 in a row, maybe. He says to me on the side, he's like, yeah, guy come up to me and told me, he's like, I just wasn't able to get it done or something like that. And Bo was like, you damn right. I was like, I know Bo didn't actually say it to that guy like that, but I laughed. It was so funny, man. Bo's one of the best people in drag racing, man. I wish he had a pro ride still.
Oh, I mean, a guy that when I was chasing my first world championship, or I wasn't even planning on chasing my first world championship, he said I was working for him full time at the car lot, and he said you got to get to Vegas. I said, do what?
Yeah.
He said, you just won this race, you got to get to Vegas. I said, I got no money, and I gotta be at work for you tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not going to Vegas. He said, can you get a car? I said, no. You got a place to stay? No.
I have none of the above.
He said, can you get a plane ticket? I said, yeah, I can probably get a plane ticket. He said, all right, I got you a car. You can stay in my Prevost and don't worry about work.
I love that.
And I took off to chase the world. And so, and he did a lot of things for me, through that time as I was trying to take off and go racing. And definitely one of those guys that is special in the sport of drag racing. But that is 3 in a row. He won Bowling Green. He won both St. Louis.
Oh, shit, you're right. He did win Bowling Green in both St. Louis's. Damn, I totally forgot about that. Shit, that's bad dude right there. So he may just, full time.
And I will say, I do want to put this out there. Bo Butner may never hear this, but remember who persuaded you to buy that car. Remember who showed you the ad. Remember who told you this is a great deal. Didn't know if it was or not, but I thought it was.
You just wanted another race car.
Yeah, I knew if he got him home, because he was talking about bracket racing. He's like, I want to go bracket race.
Yeah.
I said, oh, look at this. Dragster, roadster, trailer, all of it for sale. Let's go get it.
Of course he did.
And so I put the dragster together, made like 2 runs with it. We sold it. He put the roadster together, fell in love with it, won the first race.
It's a great car, dude. It's they've got it obviously set up. I did see also one cool thing he had this past weekend too was Mitchell Coletta was running the dragster, which I thought was really, really cool too, man. So, oh no, my light has died. What a day, man. I am ill prepared for this, obviously.
Today was a struggle. I don't know what you had going on all day.
I'm sorry. You keep it up. Talk about Mitchell Coletta while I plug this back in.
No, so he drove Langdon stuff, I think, at Indy, and now
okay, got it.
I think so. Anyway, I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure he did, and it's cool. The kid actually seems to have a pretty good idea. Obviously, he's got some good people on his side with Langdon and Bo. So I'm sure that he'll be fine.
Yeah, very cool. Other winners from there, Jacob DeLong. I know Jacob. He's from Louisiana, okay? So I know his last name is pronounced some other bullshit, but I don't know what it is. Technically, I thought it for the whole time. I thought it was Wolford. I thought he was related to Larry. So
no,
the whole time I'm like, is Jacob in my mind? I see Jacob Wolford the whole time.
I can't remember his relation or how he's tied in or whatever, but he's a really cool guy and just started driving.
Dude. Yeah, super great. He's very, very good. We always chat about the FGT combo, but he was driving the other car this week, so did a great job. He got it done in super stock on the second race. Steve Zorney got it done. Does Zorney getting it done in the truck in stock eliminator, and Nathan Pros hammer down this time in super comp. So nobody was beating Bo, so Bo went undefeated in Super Gas this weekend. So Nathan had to hang him on him in Super Comp. It was a cool week. I mean, like I said, St. Louis double is always weird, right? Because I was telling Casey, I was like, damn, we did all this work and still ain't made it to Saturday. We was out of the racetrack before Saturday. God dang. What a tough go of it.
We started to win some rounds.
We did. So we'll just go through it, right? Wednesday, here's what happened. So Wednesday, I let go red first hit, but it went 11:52, and I was like, shit, this is like so fast with this other Power Glide, right? I do all this work. You can watch the video, PJ North Racing on YouTube. Don't forget it, to check that. The video's out. Obviously, I do, the vlog through the whole thing. So I changed this transmission, and Matt is underselling the shit out of it, right? Matt's like, well, it might be faster. I don't know. Probably not. We'll see. right? He's undersold the shit out of this thing. I go out there and let go, and I'm like, damn, this thing, like, it feels significantly different, right? Obviously, because it stays in the power range. Anyway, so I go down through there, and it goes 52, and I'm like, this is sick. Then it goes 54. But the second one, I'm like, I got to get in the shootout. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I need some more hits. So I let go 2. I'm like, oh, damn. And, right, I'm like, I feel pretty good about it. So then first round of the shootout, I'm 005 against Alan Wilson. He turns it red. Second round, I'm 006. I did a good job. If anybody watched the video, first off, I did what I was supposed to do. Okay, you're talking about holding 12. I kicked it at the 1,000-foot cone. I did exactly what you would tell me to do. Okay.
First off, CG.
Did you just see CG? How about our guy? If Corey Gallitti wins a divisional before I do, I'm gonna. That might be it. It might be it for me.
I'm not. Nothing's wrong with me, guys. But I'm watching it through our screen, and it's like
I'm gonna put it on.
Is big.
We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna put it on here. We'll talk while the race is going on. Corey Gallitti just got it done, by the way, in Super Comp. I don't know. They switched the order because they had Super Street first, and then they're in Super Comp. So I thought stock was gonna be up, but anyway. So yeah, shootout. I lose to Riley Spear. Riley races Brett in the final. They don't race. Whatever. So I'm like, cool though, man. I felt pretty good about it. The car ran good. It picked up. It slowed down that first round. Second round, it picks up 5 out of nowhere again. I'm just like, oh, sick. Okay. So I'm kicking it. We both go under. It is what it is. So the second race, or at the end. So the first race is the next morning. I get Kyle Novak. I'm 17. Take 3 to win. Tyler would have been so proud. I realized after watching the benefit of the in-car, and I'll tell everybody, if you don't have an in-car, I would borrow one just to see what you do. I mean, I'm very like, why?
Huh?
What do you mean don't do that?
I don't want to know what I do.
Yeah, well, you're doing it whether you like it or not. You're lucky I didn't have 2 at Indy. Yeah.
Just don't tell me what I do.
Okay, I won't tell you. But I like paid attention that I'm like turning around too much, right? I'm like back and forth. I'm not like locking in. I'm like,
you can't be scared to crash.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm like turning around too much. So
that's what I wanted to tell you the other day when you texted me that. I'm like, what are you scared you're gonna get cross? You said you were scared to cross the center line. I mean,
I'm not scared to cross the center line. I'm just saying it looks like I feel like I am. It's not that I'm scared. It just feels like I am.
Take out the cones, hit the wall, just be a man.
Oh my god,
be a man.
You've been watching way too many fucking Starsky and Hutch videos.
Hey, no, I've been watching too much.
Relax, Bo Duke. Anyways, so yeah, the car ran great. Otherwise, all things considered, well. The first race, I forget the in-car. So I have no in-car footage. I had to use all the live stream footage, which they made me sound great. They did a great job. And then I clicked it 9th hour red. So I made pretty good.
Make you sound great. You smoked the tree. You kind of drove like a man. You did a good job.
Fair enough. Fair. And then
I am today. I'm sorry. And you're my target today right now.
That's fair. I'm allowed. That's fair. Second race. Yeah. So I get Sky first off. I got to tell this story because this is so funny. I go up there, and I think I got Wyatt. I was like, oh, Wyatt's real name is Scott. They just put Scott Wagner on the show. I didn't know. Nah, dude, I get the dad.
You said Wyatt. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah, I get Wyatt. I thought I had Wyatt, and it's Scott. And I will say this. I have dial-in boards, right? So I can leave mine open for as long as I want. I don't ever do that. I'm not like that guy. And I didn't see Wyatt put a dial-in on that car ever. I don't even know when they put it on because I watched it. I'm like, okay, he's gonna dial 970 something, right? And I never saw him put it on. And I watched him the whole way up. I was like, damn, they're really like secretive about what he's gonna run. And then he proceeded to whoop my ass. He's like 16, dead 2. I'm just along for the ride. I'm 26.
Absolutely.
He comes around me. As soon as he gets around me, like to my nose, I just bail, right? Yeah. When I watch the in-car, it doesn't look like I bailed that hard. But for drum brakes, right, I bailed pretty good. So, anyway, Scott Wagner whooped my ass.
Weld an extra 3 inches on your brake pedal, so you can get 2 feet on it.
So there you go. Just need an extra. Nah, once I get these disc brakes, man, we're not having that again. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Hold on, I gotta skip this ad so we can get back because they're getting ready to run Whitfield here. Let me switch this over. It's Whitfield.
I gotta grab something before we start talking about.
Well, wait for this. Okay, Whitfield just won.
What do you know? Whitfield wins the world. It is what it is. Goodbye.
All right, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
Let me finish the point then. Anyway, so Scott Wagner beats my brakes off of me. 16, dead 2, whatever. Then this man proceeds to whoop my ass and then add me on Facebook as a friend. I was like, damn, salt in the wounds. But shout out to Scott, man, and Wyatt. Super great family. They were awesome. But yeah, Scott whooped my ass. He was like 3 He was like 7 total next round too, so he made really good laps. I'll answer some of these chats while we're waiting here for Tyler to come back. First off, shout out to Clint and Jason and everybody who's always here. Second off, Robbie, I do know how to get my helmet off. That's why I proved it to everybody. I didn't want everybody thinking I was just going to ride around with my helmet on. So I did do that. Chuck, you're right. Tyler does not. I saw this comment earlier. He full-time work. That's not me and Tyler. That's not in our vocabulary. Full-time. We don't really do anything full-time. Harrison, to answer your question, Chris Whitfield, you might have missed it at the beginning, but Chris actually waived St. Louis, so he didn't get any of those points. He's only getting points right now at Dallas, which obviously I think 7 cars or 9 cars went down that round, so he's probably going to get somewhere close to the same. Oh, shout out to Jeremiah and Caleb for joining us. Sorry, I was just getting the chat back in here. Tyler hath returned, maybe. He's oh my God, the guy shows up for Dallas. Here we go. And I wasn't prepared. Do I need to go get mine now? What an unbelievable. Yeah, you have to put them on. There you go, just like that. Perfect.
I got it now, buddy.
Yeah.
Might have to hold on to it for a second. We're going to talk about Texas.
All right. We are into stock eliminator. I think this is Tyler Castle on the right side, and I miss who's in the left lane there. Man,
looks like Darren Morris from here.
This for Ohio Valley, it'd be 6 Morrises and 1 Bohannon.
Yeah. I think that's Hutto. Is that Hutto?
No,
that's Hutto's
it's not. It's not Hutto. That's Hutto's other car, but he's not driving it. It's someone else. Obviously, shout out to Justin Hutto. I heard he was in a car accident. He's recovering, so I hate to hear that. His dad's driving both cars, but anyway, as they run, Tyler Castle gets the win there. So yeah. St. Louis was fun, had by all. Great racetrack, enjoyed it thoroughly, all those things. And now we're moving on to Dallas. Hunter Pierdola. He's made good laps. He just turned it red.
Matt says, I've never ran 1150s in Superstock. Listen, control the race. Yeah. Control the race. If you know you got to let out the gas, it makes it a lot easier.
Listen, Matt. I've tried to tell him. He thinks because he's always been fast. Him and Brian got this fast car win things, and they think that they figured it out for me.
That's true. It's 100% true. But
all right, hold on here. We got old Jammin' Jerry here in the right lane taking on left lane Trumbull, Mike Trumbull. Look, Jerry. This is what convinced me I lost and turned it red at St. Louis. Jerry forgot to text me. After third round, he'd been texting me. He'd been sending me motivational texts, and he didn't do that. And I was like, damn, bro, hurts, man. But here we are.
Dude, well, hey, you were getting better texts than Luke.
What was Luke?
Luke was sending me his super street runs, like first round and stuff, or the time runs. Yeah. And we were talking about ratios because I was like, I can't remember, but I feel like my ratio is like way off, whatever. So we're bullshitting. And he
lights it up.
Like, who did we win?
So yeah, Jerry is 72 for the win. Trumbull's gonna want that one back. Trumbull's 14, take a car length and some change to be 8 thou under. Tough break.
Hey, that's why they got Cowboys all in Texas, buddy. Okay.
All right, sorry. So Luke was sending you stuff, and
so like the last qualifier, he's like, I think this is my ratio. So and he was trying to go this, and he misses it like 400s. And he's like, I don't. Maybe I don't.
Maybe I don't have any idea.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? It's just cool to know that somebody that like you can do that. You're human. Everybody's human.
Right. Exactly.
Except for Cooter or Doggo.
Yeah. Well, someone's got to be a robot in this thing. Left lane, I believe that's Steve Foley. He has not made a lap down the left lane yet, so he figured he'd get one here. Probably shut it off at the 1,000. Yep. I seen the nose dipped. Oh, no. He goes just 4 above. That's a good lap.
Oh, yeah. He's shut off.
Oh, it's a 124. Okay. I see it. Yeah. So as we look forward to Dallas, a lot of things happening in Dallas right now. It's a long week, Texas Speed Week. Have you ever been?
Yes, that's where I got this hat.
Okay, was it awesome?
It was super cool. It was like the first.
You didn't win Dallas though, because they give them to you when you win. That's not one you won.
Oh, dude, listen, Brian Whitworth taught me how to make deals a long time ago.
Yeah, okay.
So, short story. The Jegs All Stars trophies a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They showed up to the racetrack and like something about the way they packaged them or something. Like 31 of the 47 broke. No. And the person who was like put on to handle it was like, do you have any idea what to do? I said, I got a guy that can weld those up for you if you find us a welder. So I tagged Hunter in, and Hunter welded up all the trophies.
And they gave you a free hat?
yeah, they were like, "What do y'all want?" And we're like, "Nothing." Like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Appreciate. They said thank you. And she was like, "Hey, we're gonna get both of y'all hats." Like they
Yeah, because
do.
they
So
make
yeah.
them. They make them and do the whole thing
Oh
at the
yeah,
track, right? That's so
and
sick.
they're the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That's pretty cool. Brian is always making deals. He called me earlier about trying to make a deal. He was explaining how he would buy a trailer. I asked him about this trailer, and he's explaining to me how he would do it. And I kind of just want to be like, hey, how about you take care of this for me and let me know if it's bought?
And then he always says, "No, you could do it
Yeah,
yourself."
you could.
And you're like, "Damn."
I'm like, what's?
Well, you're the only one with the balls to say those things to people.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't have it in me. What is your favorite part about the being? You were an all-star representative for Division III, right?
No, never been in the All Stars. I was chasing.
Okay,
Chasing points.
that was chasing the world. So, okay.
But no, it was overall. It's a really cool deal. Actually, I got to sit down with some of the guys in NHRA, kind of behind the scenes on that deal, and talk about some different ideas. Like they actually, that was one of the eye opening experiences with NHRA for me, was that they do care. Like they've added some bracket racing shootouts, to Mondays and Wednesdays, and
Yeah.
So it's a really cool deal, like through the whole week, especially for somebody like me that does bracket race a bunch. So, like when we're watching those shootouts on Tuesday night and Wednesday night, and it's like Chad Sandlin, Peeps Pennington, Michael Pennington, and they're all like, "Who are these people?" I'm like, "Better than any of us." Okay.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, it's incredible. I do think Division 4, man, they got a super great guy, right? We went to Belrose. It was awesome. Jonathan.
That was a big win night probably for Darian. I think he's got a better. I think he could, like, he's leading Top Sportsman, but that was probably.
I was gonna say, does he have a race 2 better?
Top Dragster, no, not really, but Top Sportsman, I think he did.
Okay. As you can see in the background, guys, if you're watching live with us, we got the NHRA Division 4 race in the background. They are on. The other thing, it's going to get confusing. They are running the Tulsa rest of the race in between some of these rounds, so it might get confusing. We're just really zeroed in on Super Comp, obviously Whitfield, and then Cooter and Super Stock. That's really what we're kind of zeroed in on, but wanted to have that kind of going on in the background as we chat through here. I'm going to flip back because I'm not as locked in on top Sportsman. But one other thing before we talk about as we talk about the All-Stars, we're going to do a little challenge here, right? We're going to pick some people. But I tried to look it up. Explain here so that it is in the world. How do you get points for the Jegs All-Stars? When does it start? And when does it end to go to Dallas?
Oh, okay.
Because it's changed, right? It used to be like mid-year to mid-year because they had it in Chicago. Right?
Is. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still it's different per division. Sorry, these headphones are gonna make me geek out.
You tried. I love the cowboy in you.
It's a little different in each division, but it's pretty similar. So, like for Division 3, it's been a couple of years since I chased it, but the way that Division 3 has been set up recently is the last 3 and the first 3. So, like, I think it's Bowling Green, St. Louis. That's your first 3 for so right now, like if you are talking about 2026, you're 3 races in.
Sick. I got 121 points. All right, I'm ready.
And so then you'll go. What is it, like? Norwalk, Indy, those summer races.
Yeah, Indy, Norwalk. Technically, Norwalk has a double now, right? So it might be both Norwalks and stuff.
And usually, so
it's only in your division runs, though, right? You don't count your out of divisions. It's only the ones that you run in division, right?
Usually, yeah, and they count 5 and you got 6 chances basically most divisions, and they count the best 5.
Okay.
Accumulated the same way that the points are accumulated for NHRA.
So that part I didn't know. I was just like, the way the schedule worked out was kind of crazy. I was like, how does this even like what? I'm so confused because
it's hard. Yeah. It's hard for me. That's the schedule format that's always been the hardest for me. Because late in the year I give up on something and I'll swap ideas halfway through the years, and then starting back the next year I go back. So, or just the way that I've done well isn't really in that realm.
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah, well, when I was looking, Bartoli was technically leading on the thing, the Jegs All-Stars, but they weren't updated correctly. That's why I was so confused, because it was still showing 2024 numbers with 20. Yeah, but actually Duncan is the super stock one.
You will not see where you're at in next year's All-Stars points, even though you're 3 races in, until after the first of the year usually.
Okay. So you just got to kind
They
of
don't
hope and pray. It don't matter. I mean, I have 2 first-round losses, so it doesn't really matter unless I win a race or something. But I just always think like the All-Stars is one of those things that's like you see a lot of the same guys, but like some, not a lot, but you do see some. And I just think it's one of the really cool things that NHRA does differently. That's one thing that's always been just like a really cool deal, right? And they've been doing the All-Stars since Winston, right? It was. I have my Winston. I should have worn my
TRW.
I should have. You know what? I got one of those too. I should have worn my TRW All-Stars.
So like TRW, they used to have it at trails.
Okay.
Like in your lifetime, the TRW All-Stars.
Okay.
Was that? I'm not so sure that that's maybe not how Jegs like got so involved later on. Is that because it started at trail? I don't know, but
okay.
Like it was TRW All-Stars in the 80s.
Yeah.
And I can remember me and JP and Mikey Matty, we were at his bachelor party a few weeks ago, and we got to, get to drink and watching old races.
Next thing you know, it's Michael Iaconio.
Next thing you know, it's 1987 TRW All-Stars, and they used to go through the teams.
Yeah.
And like introduce each team. Well, D4 man, I wish I knew the team. It was stupid. I mean, it was like
Scotty, Edmund.
It was Scotty, Edmund, David Nickens and comp.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. Stupid. Just ignorant. Yeah. Not going to lose, and they didn't. But
that's cool.
It's a really cool idea. It's cool. It's cool for sportsman racers to be able to kind of have this flight for a day.
Yeah, it's a neat. It is a really, like I said, it's really interesting the way they do it, and I do love how they've continued it on. Like you said, TRW, and then it was Winston, then it was, and now it's been Jegs for the last so many years. So all right, let's look at some of the teams here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pick 2 right from each class to face off, right? And then I already owe you a wheel wax, which is a bunch of bullshit, but
yes,
I don't, you know what though, I know I'm going to do such a poor job. I'm going to do an okay job, and then Chuck is going to stand over my shoulder and laugh and then point out all the things I don't know what I'm doing. It's going to be real uncomfortable for everybody, but here we are. So this one, maybe we're going to have to double down, and we're going to have to figure out what we're going for by the end of the episode. But let's go through we're going to just do the 4 classes, right? Obviously, we'll talk about some of the other All-Stars, but we'll go through just our 4 major ones, and then we'll pick which division we think is going to win, right? So I'll let you kick it off. We're going to go through stock eliminator first. So let me go through the stock ones. We got John Gray from Division 1. Steve Foley from Division 2. Our guy, Lil Decker. Josh Decker, Division 3. Landon Emmons, Division 4. Ellis Booth, somehow in Division 5. Brad Burton, Division 6. Parker Theobald, Division 7. And Michael Brand is your resident blocker, which I also think is super sick that they have a blocker. I think that part's really cool too.
The blocker thing is really cool for sure. I will say this. I think stock is the toughest field this year at the All-Stars. Just guys that can win.
Sure.
You see a lot of these guys, and like the Jegs All-Stars is kind of call it the ET finals of class racing.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a good way to put it.
Like that's
it's the race of champions. It's the race of champions for that's fair.
Yeah, sorry. That's a
great way to put it. I love that.
So these, but guys who can that travel out there and just win.
Yeah.
Stock there's not one of these guys in stock that hasn't done that.
Sure.
So, yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good battle there.
All right. I'll let you even have first pick in stock.
Ooh, okay. First pick. I'm going to go Parker Theobald.
God, you are such a bitch. That's who I was going to go with, man, because first off, shout out to Parker. He's got a new YouTube channel. I just saw Theobald Racing's got a new YouTube channel. So plus I just think it's really cool that he runs in a Barracuda with the big window in the back. It's one of my favorite cars. I'm gonna mix it up here, man. I'm gonna go Ellis. I'll go Ellis Booth. You gonna write these down for us?
Yeah, I'll write them down for you. I actually had 3. I wrote 3 down in each class just to kind of
just in case
be ready.
Yeah, I love that.
Let's see here. 1 second. All right, so you took Ellis.
Yep.
I'm gonna take Steve Foley.
I love that. He's putting together he may win the divisional today. Decker had the worst draw in the history of drag racing this morning. He got cooter.
Job there, bud. He got on the ladder, and I don't care if we got to beat him to have a chance or whatever you're trying to do. It wasn't worth it. We're not beating him.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not have an ego contest. Let's just sit the fuck down on a better spot on the ladder. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't.
Right.
He didn't have much luck there. I'm gonna go Michael Brand though.
All right, taking a blocker.
Yep, taking the blocker. He also hasn't raced in stock all season long, but He's got that Firebird, which is badass combo. So who's to say?
I think he's still got his Mustang too. That should
He
be
does have
fun.
the Mustang. That's right. Okay, looking at Super Comp Division 1, Kevin Scholl. Division 2, Bradley Snowball. Division 3, Devin Eisenhower. Division 4, Tanner Thorpe. Division 5, our guy Jordan Pratt. Division 6, Young Cooper Chun. Division 7, Jonathan Flores. And the blocker of all blockers, old Double A himself, Tom Stalba. I'm gonna pick first this time. That's a whole different like thing of racers. Like you know what I mean? Like those aren't names that you would have been like, you know what? Right off the rip. Okay.
Race of Champions.
That's why it's so great. I'm going Jordan Pratt.
Damn you.
I do what I can. I'm a man of the people here. You know what I mean? Let us know in the chat too. Hold on, before we go too far in the chat, man. Let us know who you guys are thinking. This chat's replayed, so you know you have that ability to look back and see who you picked. If you guys throw some names out there who you think are gonna do damage, Travis Booth, you do not get to pick because obviously you know it's a conflict of interest. Picking your brother, but go ahead. All right, Super Comp. So I've picked Jordan Pratt.
All I know is, Travis, your ass better be there. If not, I will have. I know y'all are brothers. I know you're probably already there. You better be there when the time comes.
Yeah, I told him he should just go back, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm rolling with the guy. So the All Stars is one of those deals too, where they build pressure for it. So like you know, it's kind of one of them deals where it feels it is special, but it's got the feeling. You know. Yeah. So. Kind of guys that won't let it get to him. Jordan Pratt, obviously a great one. Tanner Thorpe is another one who is really kind of coming into his own racing, but also not going to let nothing really get to him. I'm rolling with Tanner Thorpe.
All right, Tanner Thorpe. I'm going to go, man, I'm going to go to Devin Eisenhower.
Okay. I knew you weren't going to take my second guy, so I already had him wrote down.
I honestly almost went Cooper, but Cooper doesn't respond.
I'm going all the way out, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my money on a man who's the pressure thing, not gonna let it get to him because he's, you know,
he admitted it.
He don't let it get to him, but bracket racers got to prevail, okay? And the Jegs All Stars right here.
Okay.
Give me Bradley Snowball.
Bradley Snowball. I love it. Okay.
That's right.
Love that. Man, wild. I don't even know if he's run Super Comp all year, has he?
Yeah, I mean, you had to be here, but
I don't know. I thought maybe he just won the last 3 last year, and he's just like, all right, that's enough for me. Okay, I love that. Super Gas here. Charlie Kinnepick from Division 1, Jim Perry from Division 2, Nathan Prose from Division 3, Roger Warren, Division 4, Trevor Larson, Division 5, Brian Presler, Division 6, Evan Kowalski in Division 7, and Michael Boner. Old Boehner. Michael Boehner is the blocker in Super Gas.
Shoo. Am I first here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with a guy who has seen the Jugs All-Star starting line more than anybody else in the field, has won it 4 times, including doubling up. Give me Trevor Larson.
All-Star Trevor Larson. All right. I love that. I'm going to go Michael Boehner.
Mm-hmm. I do with the All-Stars, I'm definitely an experience over talent.
Yeah. Okay.
Guy that when I go to picking for it, just guys that just ain't going to let it bother him.
Sure.
And another one, being that he's got 2 chances at it, it's won it before.
Yep.
I'm going to go Kowalski.
I love that. Okay. I'm going to go Nathan Prose.
I wanted to go Nathan, but that was the experience thing.
Yeah,
he's on a heater.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I love that Kowalski is the blocker in Superstock and gets a Super Gas chance at it. Pretty cool. How do you get to be the blocker?
You win the year before.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
so you're guaranteed. Now, what if you win, but you're also the All-Star again already?
They take the second place.
They take runner-up?
Yeah, I think so.
That's pretty sick. That's cool as shit. All right, cool. All right. Before we go into Super...
Hey, as I pick Kowalski,
he
my
gets
man
it done again. And you know, he just beat Stalba in Super
He just beat
Gas.
Stalba 13 dead.
13 dead, 0 for those keeping score at home.
I'm going to say you can kiss my ass. We're doing all 7 classes for this.
Well, let me go through some of the others, okay?
Still got to do stock too.
I know we're going to go back, but I was going to talk about comp and Super Street just because we're obviously not going to go through those points, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about them. Comp Eliminator, Joe Carna. So we're really doing all these?
We're doing comp to Super Street and top and top.
Oh my God. All right. Comp Eliminator then. Joe Carnasale. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Carnasale? Carnasale. Something. Joe.
Just think of Mob and then say it.
I apologize, Joe. Monty Bogans, Division 2. Dave Dupps, Division 3. Taylor Chomosky, Division 4. Matt Harris, Division 5. Ryan Warder, Division 6. Josh Lee, Division 7. And Steve Zupka is your blocker. Is it my pick?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I go first, right? Yeah, okay. I'm going to go Steve because he's still in Comp Eliminator right now.
Hold on a second.
I got all types. I'm picking all the blockers.
Zupka?
Yep. Steve Zupka.
All right. I'm going. This is the one pick in all of my teams where I'm not going with the experience thing. But he's on a heater, got some confidence, got a fast race car, Dave Dupps.
Yeah, his race car is super, super fast. That's what's really cool about comp at this race because, like, you may be the fastest guy in D6, but, like, you got to come hang out with Roger Brogdon and guys at D4. Yeah. Welcome to the rest of the guys.
And there's no penalty, right? Like, so you have round by round penalty, but there's no, like,
there's no personal.
Permanent. Yeah, permanent.
Permanent personal. Yeah. I'm going to go Ryan Warder because he's from.
And he's done this. I think he's done the All-Stars thing a couple times, and guys that have just know what they're doing with their program for sure. I had him on my list of possibilities. Yeah, for sure.
He's got the unfortunate where he lives and how many now. He's only run one national so far this year.
Yeah, he's in a weird spot up there.
But he already has 2 wins and a runner-up, just to be clear. So just throw
going with a guy who can get her done. Got another fast hot rod. I'm going with 2 tube chassis door cars in Comp Eliminator. Give me Matt Harris.
I knew it. I could feel it. I thought it was either going to be him or Taylor.
Altered, maybe.
Yeah. Sick. Okay. Comp Eliminator going after it. Just to are we doing top? We are going to do top dragster, top sportsman, but the other classes they also do have top alcohol.
Cooter and Mike Cotton.
Oh, they just went down.
Not Cooter. Ooh.
Mike Cotton has made some like weird laps. Like he hasn't made like a ton of great laps today, but he gets it done. He goes 44 against a 49 and gets it done. Mike Cotton. Oh, you love to see it. So Cooter peaks out today, what, at 61 points, or is that 72?
That's a 72, I think. So add 30. I think he's going to leave with.
You said over 700, right? So
no, he had a chance to. I think he's going to be at 688.
Oh, okay.
Either 688 or 699. What round? I don't know what round that is.
Honestly, I think that's round number 5.
Okay, so
yeah,
if it's round 5, he's going to leave 4 rounds ahead of
okay. I will say, we got right lane Camara, left lane Camara, left lane Firebird.
Is that Walt Walker back in?
Yeah, that's kind of. Did they throw the other guy out?
What are we missing here?
Oh man, hold on here. Man, I tell you what, YouTube throwing me the curveball here with 77,000 ads, and now we've missed on what happened. You know what? I wonder if that was Tulsa.
That was probably Tulsa.
If it's Tulsa, I don't know if that's the problem. There's no. I gotta tell you, I will say this. I love Warren. I love what they're doing. I love it. But my guy, I will make you a graphic right now for every round, for every race, whatever you need. I will make you the graphic. You could just run it up there. It'll be a lower third or a top right. I will make it for you, Warren. But it is impossible to know what round you're on in any idea, and it's never clear. It's also not in the translated thing that they put on when they show you the screen, right? The winner screen. It doesn't show you, so you have no idea what's happening. I'm like, what in the world's going on? That may have been Tulsa because there's only 4 cars left. So, sorry. All right, back to the All-Stars. Top alcohol, just to throw out some of these names: Jackie Frick, John Asherman, Matt Cummings, Jared Dreher, Julie Natas, making another one for the regions: McKenna Bold, Joey Chevrance, Sean Cowie, And then I thought this just like a lot of names you see it. Top alcohol funny car I thought was really important. Chris Foster, Sean Bellimer, Christine Foster. Like those 3 names in top alcohol, and Brian Howe. Like Maddie Gordon. Like top alcohol is a tough one, and I really feel like it's made a huge resurgence in the last. Maybe I've just paid attention a little more, but it feels like it's like having a resurgence out there. So
it's trying to, for sure. It's not. Yeah. It's not in a bad place.
Yeah. All right. So we've done comp. We're saving super stock for last, by the way. So super street, you get first dibs here. Frank Volpe, Division 1. I wonder if he's kin to Anthony Volpe, the error machine for the Yankees. I don't know, maybe. Donald Webb, Division 2. Ray Miller, Division 3. John Liebem, Division 4. Jason Hennessy, Division 5. David Monsas, Division 6. John Dexter, Division 7. And Alan Bush is your blocker. Go ahead.
I'm kicking it off. I'm going with my homeboy, Ray Miller. My man's got 2 wins on the year, got a semifinal.
Yeah.
Having a really good year. He's always tough in Super Street anyways. And
Agreed.
I don't think he cares if it's Dallas, if it's the All-Stars, or if it's Thursday night at 42. So Ray Miller.
True. All right. I'm going Jason Hennessy.
All right. I did have him on my list.
I picked Jason Hennessy because he's the fastest car. Alan Bush may be the only guy faster in those 8.
Yeah.
They are both really, really fast super street cars. I love Jason. Great dude as well. So, yeah.
I'm going to finish off super street here. John Liebem.
All right. John Liebem. He's had a pretty good year so far too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Alan Bush. So I'm collecting blockers, baby.
That's a good one. And so and another thing about the All-Stars, you might know this part, but the blockers don't earn points.
Yeah, but they're just, for us they do. You're talking about in general.
Yeah. I just meant in general. I didn't know if you did.
Oh, yeah, I did know that. Yeah, because you don't get it for your division, right? Obviously. Yeah. Okay. Top Dragster. This is one where I really don't have like any insight because I don't watch Top Dragster a lot. But Walter Zalek, the 4th, Division 1. Vance Houston, Division 2. Blake Peevler, Division 3. Kevin Thorpe, Division 4. Mark Graham, Division 5. Dylan Howe, Division 6. Cody Weber, Division 7. And Vince Mussolino is your blocker.
You get to kick this one off.
Yeah, I'm going Dylan.
Okay. All right. I got give me Mark Graham.
Yeah, what a great pick. I love that. I'm going to go Vance Houston.
Okay. You're just going to leave my man wide open over there?
Yeah. Had to.
And I'm not even going to take him. Mussolino.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to Vince.
Yeah, I think we took – I don't remember. Vince's car isn't really that fast, is it? He's like in the middle, kind of a weird spot maybe.
I haven't seen him run in – I've only seen him bracket race, so I don't really know.
I thought he had a car that went like 650s or 60s or something, kind of weird spot there, but also hard for other people. And Mark Graham's a slower car. Dylan Howe's not super fast.
Yeah, I think Thorpe is obviously a 6'10 player. Peevler, 6'10 player. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Top sportsman. Michael Danielle, Division 1. Doug Crumlich, Division 2. Denny Dowson, Division 3. Bent Bloomberg, Division 4. What a great name. If y'all saw the way he spelled this, that's crazy. It's like they left out a few of the vowels. Like they were just like, we don't need them. There's a bunch of consonants in here. Michael Shitty, Division 5. Bill King, Division 6. Bradley Johnson, Division 7. And old Kurt Frederick is your blocker.
Yeah, and I don't know. There's some really good racers in there, but, Kurt Frederick wins a lot. And I think I got first pick here. I'm going to take Kurt Frederick.
That's a great pick. I'm going to go Doug Crumlich.
Yeah, that's another good, solid pick in there, too. I'm gonna roll a little out of the box here. I'm going Michael Chitty.
Oh, great pick. Okay.
There's a really good one left on the table.
I'm going Bradley Johnson.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him make some laps, so I'm going Bradley Johnson.
That only leaves one class.
And it is, look, I'm not saying, look at the monster that Tyler has made me. Now, all of a sudden, I'm a super stock guy, right? I told Matt after I left, I was like, dude, I'm yesterday or the day before, I was down the deep rabbit hole of like, all right, we're ready to build the spare motor. What like, I'm deep down this rabbit hole of like, damn, I'm ate up with it and I'm slow as shit and I don't care. I just love my Chevelle so much. Obviously, I just am, kind of partial to it. I would love to have a GT car, but it just be like that. And so I'm deep down this 283 hole, and I'm partial to super stock. So let's get after it. Super stock, number 1, Justin Piccolo. Division 2, Larry Leeser. Division 3, old 3 rips before he pre-stages Jeremy Duncan. Division 4, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. Let me tell you something. You laugh at that, but every single person who knows Jeremy Duncan knows Jeremy Duncan's stage routine, and I love it.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Division 4 is, of course, Cooter. Division 5, Jason DeForest. Division 6, Daryl Stobe. It may be Stobie. I apologize. And then number 7, Randy Logie, Division 7. And your blocker, the Cobalt himself in the FGTC. It's like he made that car specifically for me. It's gray. It's got a Copo motor in it. It's like it was built for me to drive that Riverside Cobalt. Evan Kowalski is your blocker. And did I pick? No, you picked first, so I get to pick. See how I strategically did this? I'm going to go. Damn, man. It's hard to not go Cooter. I got to go Cooter here. Try to win.
This is like the one place, I mean, that if he's available, you're an idiot for not taking him. Yeah. But this is like I don't know. This is the type of race where haymakers are getting thrown. He could end up in the wrong place at the wrong game.
Just like he did against Cotton there, yeah.
I'm going to go with a guy, though, that just don't mess up and usually let somebody else do it for him, Jason DeForest.
Great pick there, too. Man, that's a great pick. I'm going to go Randy Logie. He's been making a lot of great laps in Superstock that we've watched today. So, Randy is my pick.
I'm going with him, and he better not let me down. Okay? Do what you do every other time you go to the racetrack. Mr. Pest Control. Let's go.
He is, man. If there's a faster 2-speed D-automatic car in the country, I ain't never seen it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, guys,
right.
someone's like, why don't you put a 3-speed in? He's like, I'm already trying to save my average as it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, all right, I got you. That's a good one, man.
So
we're stacked.
We got some good teams here. Yeah, and the big question here, I really think I'm picking the winner here off the. I think I've got the team. I think I know the team. Which division you think's taking it?
Man, if I was a betting man, looking at it, I'm actually gonna go. I gotta see. Hold on, let me see. Jeez. I'm gonna say Division 5.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's
that's Matt Harrison comp, Jason DeForest super stock, Ellis Booth stock, Jordan Pratt super comp, Trevor Larson super gas, Jason Hennessy super street, Mark Graham top dragster, Michael Chitty top sportsman. That's a team that's the best team on the board in my opinion.
Yeah, the starting 5 over there for Division 5 is pretty stout. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm excited, man. It's Speed Week is happening. I saw that they have a lot of things going on there. And they kind of crank it up. So the Jegs All-Stars. All right, well, before we've got one last thing here. We'll talk about the NHRA points. Travis, man, he does fly out tomorrow night. I love that. I'm glad you'll be there to hang out with your brother and check it all out. Let's break down a little bit of the points here as we look into the national event and this divisional finishing up. We'll take a look here first at Stock Eliminator. Jeff Strickland hanging out in first place. Bubba Link, John Gray, Jimmy Hidalgo Jr., and Joe Santangelo. What are your thoughts here just looking at that top 5 right now? Obviously, Strick put together pretty good runs. He probably should have won one of those St. Louis races. I don't know if he blocks, but when it got nighttime, he did a bad job. He was like 70 or 80. Actually. He was like 70 or 80 both times he lost, and I was like, I don't see him do that very often, so that was interesting.
I wonder what that was about. To me, it's still above Bubba Linky's race to lose. depending on what he decides. I'm sure Stahl's going to help him get out west or do something if that's what
Well, he's still got Virginia.
He's got Rockingham, right? No, he's
Rockingham,
just
Virginia.
Rockingham. That's it. Yeah, he's got 2 races at Rockingham. He should.
The Virginia.
It
Wait,
should still be his.
wait. There's no more races in Division 1. He has to go
No,
to
I
Rockingham.
think they finished that, didn't they?
Oh, okay. Maybe you're right.
I think they finished it, but there is no more D1 races. You've got Rockingham double and the D7 race in Vegas, and that's
so
it.
He'll have a chance there, I'm sure, to go to Rockingham.
Yeah, I think he's still the guy to beat there. So
yeah, okay. I agree. Just kind of looking at it, like I said, Santangelo will probably fall. Potentially, he's just out of claims and stuff, so potentially some people might lap him up there. But it's interesting to see. We'll see what happens with Stock Eliminator. Moving over, Super Comp, as we've talked about, it's not by any stretch over. But if Chris Whitfield wins this race, which he may very well do in Dallas, it may be over with, and he may put up 720 or 730, right?
So here, I need to look. So it shows him at 678, but I think that might be counting a win.
Okay.
That he doesn't have, right? Like St. Louis.
It does show St. Louis, and I thought that was weird because, like you said, the waves don't show up, or they show up on your thing without them, right?
Yeah, so it's a little weird. But I think if he wins today, he's going to end up somewhere around where it says he's at.
No,
and I think he's pretty untouchable.
No, it's up to date.
But here, I don't think so. When you look at it, it doesn't show up in the. It doesn't show up when you click his name either, right?
It does. It shows up as a wave. The second race or the first race was a wave. There's only one divisional listed here under St. Louis. The other one's his national, which he had to claim, which was 51. So he's got he has 10 divisionals already claimed. I don't know how he's going to even claim these divisionals. Does he even get to claim a divisional?
They're not counting. Like, he's got waves in there. That's the thing.
Oh, the Earlville is okay. I see it now. Okay, so Earlville's a wave. 62 is out. That division.
I don't know I don't think any of his stuff is right, but after this week, they better get her figured out pretty.
Yeah. Well, he's fixing. He might get 105. Who's to say? He might get 105. Yeah. Here shortly.
I think he makes himself incredidly hard to beat.
Oh, here is our. But while we're talking about Super Comp, how about this pairing right here? How about old CG in the right lane? Look. The fact that Corey Gallitti is on board with the class, right? I just love it. I love that he's ate up with it. His dad's running Top Dragster, and I think they just bought that Top Sportsman car of his uncle's, right? His uncle was driving that one. I think they bought that.
Yeah, no, shit. Yes, they've got their own deal. It's a Camaro, right?
Yeah, but wasn't that Bob's?
I thought it was Chris's.
Oh, well, either way, they've got one. All right, here we go.
I thought it was Chris's like originally too, maybe.
Oh, it might have been. Let's see. They're getting ready to eat here. Left lane, staged up. Boom, green lights a pair. Judging by who left first, CG might be slightly behind. Oh, no, he's in front right now. I can see the scoop shaking on the little screen. Oh, no. He got behind. He's 005 and gets behind. Oh, no. He's going to want that one back. What's he mile an hour wide open, Tyler? He's 144 to the.
Probably 188.
He's down 15 mile an hour.
He holds a fucking minute. He loves it.
Okay. And now we got Chris Whitfield versus. I don't know whose car. This is Phil Unruh's paint job, but I don't know if it's a Phil Unruh car. Unruh. But Super Comp getting nasty. So let's see what Chris Whitfield does here. If you were anybody in, if you're Sherman or Jason or Jeff, what are you doing, Tyler, the rest of the year right now? Obviously, Jeff is at this race more than likely, and I don't know what he did, but what are you trying to do?
Actually, Garrett Griffith sent me a text. I was reading it. I completely missed what you said right there.
Wow, Garrett. Text somebody else, bro. Ain't nobody got time for that. We're just going to watch this pair. We're going to ignore my question. We're going to act like that question didn't happen. Chris Whitfield on the hunt. If he wins here, I'd venture to guess it's probably over because his claim's counting. So, got it done. Double breakout. 2 thou the win. Phil Unruh has 9 thou to work with. Plus 2. He takes 11 thou down at the finish line to be 2 thou more under than Chris Whitfield. Tough sledding right there. So, yeah, we'll consider Chris probably's got that thing closed up. All right. Super Gas. Let's talk a little bit about our guy Nathan Pros, man. Nathan making a concerted effort at it in Super Gas, and he's got 601 right now. What do you think he's going to do here? What does he need to do?
I don't know that. I mean, the Nationals is. I think he's kind of stuck.
Yeah, he can only better.
His
He has to
Nationals,
win or get to the runner. He has to
right?
runner up again. He
Or
can
no,
runner up again and
yes.
get rid of 73. He's got a 73.
So he's got to make the final. He's
Yeah.
out of divisionals. He's in a tough spot. He's in a spot that he very well could win for sure, but should not.
Yeah. Keith Mayers
Should
has
not.
another divisional. Val Torres still has 2. And Val Torres is only 50 points behind right now.
And Phil Unruh's clean. So Phil Unruh wins
Yeah.
third round of his next national. He's leading.
Man, that's tough.
If Phil Unruh sees fourth round this weekend, he's in the lead.
Damn. That is that's so tough, dude. I don't know because I'm not good enough to be up there, but like I wonder what that feels like, or do you even really think about it if you're in the lead and you see everybody behind
Phil
you?
Unruh, listen, I'm gonna say something right now. Apologize. Phil Unruh feels like he's got a football bat in his pants right now. Promise you.
Yeah, he's probably just swinging. I love that. Yeah. Well, we'll see what Phil does. He's obviously in hanging around there in both Super Gas and Super Comp this weekend. All right, last class, Super Stock. Obviously, like we talked about, Hidalgo potentially stretching out that lead in Super Stock with 656. He beat Justin Lamb 4th round today. It's a pretty good, and that's a clean divisional, or not a clean divisional claim, but it counts. And he's bettering a 40.
40.
So he's got 40 already, more than 40. So he's already at 696.
699 because he's going to get some bonus points in there.
Oh, sorry, 699. Okay.
Yeah, he should be 4 rounds ahead.
Yeah.
Or 4 or 5 rounds ahead.
Yeah.
And tickling say 700 for sure.
Yeah, he probably makes the trip to Vegas as well. You think?
And I think that definitely makes it. I mean, Kevin Helms is probably going to go to Rockingham next week. Like, I can't remember. Let me look at this.
Well, he's been driving, right? So Kevin Helms is driving Doug Dool's car.
Yeah.
So
Kevin, it's a 2-pony race. It's Cooter and Justin. I mean, Kevin could really pop off and make it something out of it, but he's kind of running out of options to do that. Yeah. It's really just a 2-man race, and it's the baddest 2 dudes in the class over the last decade.
Yeah, man, that's that 1-2 right there. You want to talk about heavyweight fight? All this stuff they're showing, right? They got all these Netflix fights with a bunch of people a bunch of these boxers that ain't boxers. They should have Justin Lamb and Cooter best of 10 for $100 grand. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's promote that. Best of 10, $100 grand to win between the 2 baddest dudes in the sport. How do we make this happen, man? We got to figure out how to make it more prize fight. You know what I mean? They're going to duke it out.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, like I said, they're pretty good chances between the 2. And Justin Lamb's going to do what he does at Vegas potentially, and Pomona, right? He's going to get after it. So, yeah, Dylan, great point. That super stock list is the absolute who's who of super stock. It may be like, if you look at a top 10, it's like some of the nastiest names. Just Hidalgo, Lamb, Helm, Santangelo, Dagnolo, Brad Burton, Leo Grasplinter, Evan Kowalski, Tyler Wodarczyk, Tyler Kahili. Like, Jason DeForest is 11th, my guy. Like, it's just a list of, like, absolute hammers throughout the whole list. And it's a bloodbath out there as far as the eye can see. So, interested to see, man. It is, like I said, Jeg Speed Week down there. They're going to do the national event. They're going to finish the divisional. Still got the All-Stars. A lot of things happening in drag racing right now. We're excited. I'm glad to be a part of it, Tyler. We're making our way through. Before we go, what do you got going on, man? Let's talk just briefly. Bracket finals this weekend. What you guys call the OG bracket finals in Hardinsburg, Kentucky. Talk about it. Just
this year it's set up a lot like the rest of our bracket races, and it's 2 5s, pit vehicle. It's a good time, and the bracket final being at the end of the year, it's kind of the last shebang for bracket racing for Hardinsburg. We got another one this year, but just something that has meant something to me and Brian and a lot of the guys around here, all the locals. It's just kind of a big deal, kind of like the Door Slammers was for Ohio Valley.
Yep.
It's
kind
of cool, and
yeah,
it's a staple race, and it's always a good time.
Yeah. So Tyler will be there, man. So if you guys are looking for a place to race, US 60, if you guys haven't been to the Berg, you guys got to check it out. All of the stuff that the Mattingly family has done and all the stuff that Tyler puts into it. And just a lot of things, a lot of great things happening over there. And one other thing that we didn't talk about, and I meant to talk about this during the St. Louis double. Travis is listening. Shout out to Travis Booth for getting it done in the super stock in automatic, barely under the index, just absolute hit. And I told him, I was like, damn, the one time I'm on the right side of the ladder to get a heads up that I can win, and I go out there and do some dumb shit, but then you close the door. I love that, man. I was super proud. Obviously, Travis, I've known him and Ellis for such a long time, and nobody, look, this isn't a knock, but just nobody does it better in slow cars than them. I mean, we've talked about that. So, yeah. Ellis had a good day today. I saw that he missed it a little bit. He was still dead too. I think he was like 52 dead too. So like he still made a good lap. He just ended up on the wrong side in the divisional. So we'll see how he does. Good luck to him down at their listeners and friends of ours. So shout out to them. With that being said, man, we've talked. We've done it all. We showed some drag racing. We talked about some drag racing. It's been a day, and I was ill prepared, and I apologize, but we still delivered. Episode 33, Larry Bird, if you will. However you compare 33 to. Thank you for joining us, Tyler, as always. Thank you. We will be back again next week, talking all things drag racing. I can't wait to hear about bracket finals, see how it goes, see if anything happens. We got a lot of racing still left to do before the season wraps up. So join us for episode 34 next week. Thank you guys again for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, hit that follow button, share with your friends, tell another racer about the podcast. That's what I ask you to do this week, man. Tell a friend about the podcast. Send a link to them tomorrow. If you know somebody who doesn't know, send them the link to one of the 3 platforms, man. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, here at the BE00TAKE00 Show. We'll see you.